Today I'm going to be taking a look at 5 episodes that changed regular show for better or for worse. Whether it was a Kickstarter to a character's growth, whether it was a moment that changed how you perceive that character or even how you perceive the show, I'm going to be taking a look at specific episodes that help change the entire landscape of how either a character's story would go on or how you would perceive the show upon rewatching it. And if you like content just like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. At 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to be cosplaying as Muscle Man and doing a hot dog eating contest. And if you want a place where you could hang out, talk about your favorite cartoons, shows, movies, games, give me video ideas, share art, there's a gaming channel in there. My Discord will be in the description. Now let's get started. Now, the first episode that I think highlights a change in the series is in the episode Dawn. It's already very apparent in season 1 that Rigby is extremely problematic. In Free Cake, he's willing to sell Skips out just so that he could have some ooey gooey chocolate cake. Even seeing Skips' corpse on the ground, disintegrating in front of him, he still hesitates to give up that chocolate cake.
Give us the cake!
The cake for Skips.
Mordecai, what are you doing?
Dude, do you want Skips to die on his birthday?
All right.
A very problematic character, and just set up the chairs, he plugs in the red wire to the blue wire, unleashing the Destroyer of Worlds after Mordecai looks him dead in the face and is like, I don't think we should do this.
I don't think we should do this.
Come on, come on.
He throws the paper away and does it anyway. In Meet Your Maker, he grills the hot dogs anyway, which lights a blaze, and they all go away.
Okay, dude, I think that's good.
What?
He locks Mordecai and him in the freezer for some odd reason.
What are you doing with that drumstick?
He becomes a rig boner in Mordecai's dreams.
Oh, Margaret.
That's not really his fault, but it's hilarious. And then he finds the hot dogs that try to eat everybody.
Oh boy, this is gonna be the best barbecue ever.
Now!
What the heck are those?
He is just being very problematic. It's not necessarily his fault, he is trying his best, but he is a dumbass. It's very apparent how stupid Rigby is. I'm convinced if, he didn't go through all this change, he didn't meet Eileen, he would just be a morbidly obese raccoon living in an alley somewhere, just munching on trash behind, I don't know, Gusteau's or something. That just seems what Rigby's life plan would have led to if he didn't go through all these positive changes, and the positive change begins in the episode Dawn. Because even in season 1, they started to develop their characters, and I think this was the episode that showed that they could change the characters. Because at the core of it, this episode is very funny. Can anyone help us? Anyone at all? I know someone who can help.
Anybody. Anybody at all.
I know someone who can help.
If you say your mom, you're fired.
Mama!
There's a lot of really funny scenes within this episode, but at the core of it, it's just an episode about Rigby and Dawn reconciling their relationship and understanding each other so that they could actually feel like brothers. Because Rigby had felt like he was always living in Dawn's shadow because Dawn was always liked more by everybody.
I'm Benson.
Benson, give me some sugar. Nice to meet you.
And as the series goes on, we even see that with Rigby's parents. Rigby's parents love Dawn a lot more than Rigby, which leads to Rigby to feel jealous, locking his brother in the basement in his birthday when he was little.
Watch me blow out the candle, guys.
Hey, Rigby. Happy birthday, bro.
I told you to stay in the basement.
He just does a lot of things that are really mean to Dawn, and Dawn idolizes his big brother. He wants to be like his big brother. He even became naked like his big brother because he just wanted to be like them.
I didn't mean to steal your friends. I was just trying to be cool like you.
Huh?
I've always looked up to you, bro.
And Rigby, upon hearing that, they're able to reconcile their relationship and grow to understand each other a little bit more. And at the end of it, when Dawn is all like, Rigbone, give me some sugar, and they hug. It's actually a very good, wholesome moment between two brothers, and it helps to change the series. This one moment is where I truly think that characters could grow and change. Because before this, yes, we had some good moments between like Mordecai and Rigby, but it kind of felt like the show was just going to be 11 minutes of nonsense for every single episode, and that would have worked just fine. But then we have Dawn, where immediately Rigby's character can change a little bit, forming a better bond with his brother and slowly becoming a better person. Dawn is that first episode where we get to see a change for Rigby and a change for the series, because we can now look for characters growing and characters changing. Now, the next episode that I want to look at in terms of changing regular show is the episode Excellent. It's a great episode. You have Rigby going into a coma for eating eggs. You have Mordecai on his redemption to save Rigby by winning the hat. The montage, I need a hero! All of these great scenes, I could see why it would win an Emmy. But there's one scene in particular that I think changed the show, at least for me, and that is the scene in the hospital room when the doctors say they don't know when Rigby will wake up. He's in a coma and he might be like that forever. And Benson looks at Mordecai and he says, well, I hope you learned something from all of this. Maybe if you were just working, this would have never happened. And Mordecai punches him in the face.
Maybe if you'd been working like you were supposed to, none of this would have happened. Mordecai, what are you doing?
And starts just saying, wow, Benson, you have so many friends. Look at all of your friends.
I have friends.
No, you don't. Everyone only hangs out with you because you're our boss. Rigby only wanted to try and win a hat. He doesn't deserve to be in a coma because of it.
And I've talked about this moment a lot. And that's just because it's so powerful compared to the rest of the show. I mean, you have this scene where it's a talking gumball machine talking to a 6-foot-tall blue jay about how his friend just went into a coma for eating eggs when he knows he has an allergy. It's something that should be so silly. It should not have this like realism to it, this real moment between characters that's actually emotional, but it is. It highlights a change for a regular show to showcase how real this show can feel. How if this was an actual scene between like two real characters, live action, it could have been so emotional, it could have been so powerful, and it would have felt the exact same as it did in this cartoon. It showed that they could tell these emotional, powerful stories within an episode, and that's probably why it won an Emmy. There were real stakes in this episode. There was real situations where Mordecai's best friend is now in a coma and he just wants to get him back. And obviously there's those elements of regular show where they go to the store, they have a fight, Mordecai gets teleported away, but still, at the core of it, this one scene is just Benson being an asshole and Mordecai standing up for his friend, and then just in anger, just making fun of Benson for not having any friends of his own, and just watching Benson and have this realization and coming to Mordecai's aid just feels so sweet, and it helps this episode to form the bonds of the characters, to lift them up in such a emotional situation that honestly should have been so silly.
Hey, Benson, sorry about what I said before. Even though you're a jerk most of the time, you're still a good friend.
Just get in there and win that stupid hat for Rigby.
And that's why I think this episode changed regular show in the terms of what they could do when telling a story. The next episode that highlights a major change for the series is the episode Busted Card, for more obvious reasons, because you have this character Benson, who, especially when you were children, he was perceived as this character who's angry, who just wants to stop our main characters, Mordecai and Rigby, from having a good time. Yes, of course he has his moments, and when you become an adult, you could see that he was always being a good boss, but when you were a child, you didn't really see that, and if you did, I don't need your comment about it. I'm so happy that you were able to be the, 5% of people that loved Benson from the beginning. I'm so happy for you, but that's not the point. The majority of the audience didn't initially like Benson, but you get to watch him change over time, and his main change comes in the episode Busted Cart, where after Mordecai and Rigby betray his trust, they game all night when Benson's job is on the line, and we get his breakdown.
When are you two gonna learn that your actions have consequences? Consequences that affect other people, like me. Don't you two understand? I'm about to lose my job. You may not care about keeping your jobs, but I care about keeping mine.
It's emotional, it means a lot for his character, and it's the first time we really get to see Mordecai and Rigby have to come to terms with what they have done, because every single other moment in the show, when Mordecai and Rigby do something wrong, destroy your worlds, they destroy the entire park, it's just played off for laughs. This scene is not for laughs. This is a character who is genuinely on his just last straw in life. He doesn't know what to do, and he was counting on the two people people to get him where he needed to go just so that he could sleep for a few hours, and that trust is betrayed, and now he might lose his job. The only thing that he has, it is a moment that truly feels so real. It's such a great moment for Benson and his character, and it's a complete shift in how you perceive Benson. Because going forward, no matter what Benson does, no matter when he yells, you know that it's just because he cares. You know that he wants to keep his job because this is all he has. And Mordecai and Rigby, they do go on to redeem themselves, but I wish that it was more of a change throughout for the whole series for Mordecai and Rigby, where they would start treating Benson better as well, but it never really feels like that until way later on. But still, just this one moment definitely changed the series for how you perceive Benson. Now, this next entry is going to be 2 episodes because I believe they go hand in hand in changing the series, and this first episode I'm going to be taking a look at is I Like You High. This episode just follows Mordecai, the 26-year-old Blue Jay, being really upset because he accidentally texted I Like You High instead of I Like You Yuji to CJ. He starts panicking, pulling a Mordecai, going, just freaking out. He doesn't know what to do.
Oh, no, cancel. Oh.
And so this leads him to getting sucked into his phone because he sends the same text message 3 times. And that's where we get one of the most interesting points in the series. Mordecai's feelings for Margaret and how he feels for CJ are just shown clear out in the open right here, because he's having a conversation with Rigby and the Guardians of Secrets, and he runs away. He starts swimming away, running away from the core of the problem, and when they finally convince him to come back, he reveals that the reason he's so scared about asking out CJ is that a part of him is still waiting for Margaret to come back.
I mean, I don't still have feelings for her, but I do in a way. It's like this thing that's inside of me, and it's always just sort of sitting there, waiting around. And sometimes I'll see something, or I'll smell something, and it makes me think of her, even though I don't want to.
This is about 20-ish episodes into Season 5, and Margaret has been gone this entire season, and we've seen many instances of Mordecai being able to get over her. In the very first episode of this season, he gets over Margaret, he puts that in his past, but at the beginning of I Like You High, every time he's going out with CJ, he looks at a picture of him and Margaret. He is not over her. Even though he's with CJ, he is not over her. And even though everybody's telling him in this moment that Margaret is way worse than CJ, he needs to get over her, Mordecai agrees. He even says, is it fair for him to date CJ when he still thinks about Margaret sometimes? This one moment is the moment where Mordecai should have realized that he is not ready to date. It didn't help that Rigby was pushing him to go out and date CJ, and everybody else also was. That wasn't good, but Mordecai at his core should have known that if he was still thinking about another girl, he shouldn't have went out with CJ. And that is when we get all the way to the episode Merry Christmas Mordecai, which changed how the majority of the audience perceived one of its main characters entirely, because at the end of this episode, Mordecai cheats on CJ.
No!
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to
really
do that.
wasn't. I mean, Mordecai? No, it's not.
It was just said to be a heat of the moment thing because they were together, they hadn't seen each other in so long, they were thinking about their past, but they kiss, and CJ is left heartbroken. And that leads to the entire series, for the rest of season 6 at least, CJ being basically tormented this entire time with oh, Mordecai loves me, oh, Mordecai doesn't love me, I don't know what to trust, you just cheated on me, I got back with you. You feel really bad for CJ, and at the same time, Mordecai's character went from being up here for a lot of people and going down like this, and I don't think he ever really recovered from that, because the majority of the audience, anytime you bring up the love triangle or anything from season 5 or season 6 really, yeah, some of it was good, but it was really all bad because of what Mordecai was doing. I think it was the lowest point in the series, and it all started in the episode I Like You High, intentional or not. Like, you can't really blame the writers because this was the entire point of the story they were trying to tell. You could just blame Mordecai for it. It's just, he should have never went on that date with CJ knowing that he still had feelings for Margaret, and that makes it so much worse when Margaret does eventually come back into town and he's not ready to confront those feelings, and it just leads to his entire character just crumbling for the audience, and he never really recovers from that. It is one of the moments that definitely changes the entire series, because Mordecai, before this, he really was the main character. It kind of felt like Rigby was the second fiddle to that, but after Mordecai's entire character just goes like this, Rigby's character just goes like just up and up. And right there, you could say that Rigby had the best arc in the entire show, pretty much. He changed for the better while Mordecai just got worse, and that makes Rigby feel like more of the main character than regular show than Mordecai. And the final episode that I want to take a look at in terms of changing all of regular show is the episode A Regular Epic Final Battle. Yes, it is the finale of the show, but it changes any time you want to rewatch regular show, how you perceive Pops and how you perceive the entire story. It kind of just has a bittersweet ending that just makes you feel so bad but so happy at the same time, especially when you get all the way to part 3 of A Regular Epic Final Battle, where Pops sacrifices himself just to save all of his friends, grabbing onto Anti-Pops and flying into the sun, because that is the only way that the universe will not be reset and that everyone can go on living their lives.
I know, so I'm not going to let go.
What? Ah! No! You'll kill us both, you fool!
That is the only way, is through Pop's sacrifice. And it's just so bittersweet, it's so sad. The entire montage at the end where you get to watch everybody grow up without Pops' statue being built up, that one moment where Mordecai and Rigby are sitting on the park stairs and they're just so thankful, just they wish Pops could be here, but without him they wouldn't even have this.
Yeah, I wish Pops could have been here to see this.
Well, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
It's just such a bittersweet ending to regular show, and as I watch regular show, I've seen it a lot. I've made a lot of videos on it. That well is drying up. There's just so much I've already talked about, but just as I watch it, anytime I rewatch, I still feel a little sad anytime I see Pops on screen, especially when he's being naive, especially because he's one of my favorite characters. He's a jolly good show. He's just so good, and his entire ending that he got just makes his entire character something that you don't really want to take for granted as you watch the show. He is just a character that was so pure, that was so naive, that was just always trying to do right by his friends, whether it's fighting a polar bear, whether it's going out of his way to save everybody. Pops was just such a pure, good character, and for him to be the one who had to sacrifice himself to save the entire universe, it's just so bittersweet. Because he was that one character that never really did anything wrong. There's never a moment that I could look at in Pops' character throughout his journey where I'm like, oh, I hate Pops. Oh, why did Pops do this? Except maybe in the episode Think Positive. But still, he had good intentions in that episode. Pops never really felt like a bad character. He was the same for the entire series, and his sacrifice just makes watching him feel really bittersweet. I know that's all I could really say, that just that word, but it's just the truth of it all. So, yeah, Pops' sacrifice in A Regular Epic Final Battle definitely changed the show.
Don't worry, Mordecai and Rigby. I know you're sad, but I promise this is a happy ending. Take care of each other. Goodbye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This video initially was supposed to be like 10 or 11 entries. I had a bunch of episodes listed, but I don't know. I think I just got like writer's block or something up here. Just as I'm talking, my words don't flow. I don't use scripts, but I try to do everything off the dome. And usually I do it so well that I could talk for like 8 minutes at a time about whatever, whenever, anytime I really want. But today it's just Stutter City. I just keep saying the wrong thing, and it's just really impacting the video, so that's why it's only down to 5, and that's why I would love if all of your comments were about episodes that you think changed the show. This is also kind of a filler video. I have a lot of bigger projects that I'm working on, but I like to upload 6 times a week, so this is kind of just the video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most proud of it. I hope it turns out well while I'm editing. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll still be a good video, but yeah, probably not my best work. I have a lot of good content on the way. I just wanted to get you guys a video, something for you guys to enjoy. I still think it's a good video, just compared to my other stuff, it's probably just going to be, it's whatever. Yeah. Also just waiting for a lot of stuff. I have to record a lot of footage for a lot of different shows. Like, I almost have every single episode of Adventure Time on my computer. I'm very close, so I can make a lot more Adventure Time content. Yeah. Just a lot of stuff going on. Just kind of a rough day for me in terms of recording. I still got to make another video later too, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. If you stayed for my little conversation here, you're a great person. You're wonderful. You're magical. You're gonna go and do great things in life. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.